Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. I am Ardisya Ibrahim, the project manager of Blind Guide project from Star IT Enterprise. And for today, we gonna present to you our project plan. So now I'm talking about our executive summary. So where is a Star IT Enterprise located? So we are located in Kuala Lumpur in Cyberjaya, and now we are having this project so-called Blind Guide, which is the real intention for this project is to help the blind people in Malaysia, so that they can feel others how the others explore the real world without using the traditional stick. So with this project, if this project is established, I'm really sure it's gonna help change the way how the blind explore the world daily. So I hope that this project really going to be a big, huge success, not only in terms of profit, because really profit is not the main goal, but in terms of acceptance and optimization by the users, so that they can enjoy their life in the free world just like how the others. But still, problem is people are expecting too much. So actually this blind guy is only helping the blind to find their way in the outside world. So they are literally still blind, they still will not have the sense of sight, but with this product of this project, it will help the blind to help navigate the blind to the other senses, like the hearing, for example. So next, I'm going to talk about the project background. We came up with this idea because it's founded by WHO, which is World Health Organization, that there are 39 million blind people worldwide. That's a really large figure of unfortunate people there. So we have the intention to help them through this project, through this blind guide project, so that we can provide the ability for the blind to venture outside alone with more ease. So it's really limit their movement when they always need someone else to go along with them. So through this project, hopefully the blind people, as the users, they can utilize this product so that they can venture outside the world alone. Because why? Because this product is like the second eye for them. Is the guide. It can guide them to the correct path, to the place of interest, or any place they want to go. They can navigate them just like the Google Maps, but it's more accurate, because we're helping the blind, so it need to be accurate. So now, enough for the storytelling. Now let's go for the next part. We're gonna talk about the details of our project plan.
Assalamualaikum, my name is Nurul Syafiqah Kairina, and I will explain about roles and responsibilities. For this project, we have one project manager and 5 teams. For the first team, software development team, we have one software development manager, one system analyst, one software engineer, and 3 programmer. The second team is server or database development team. We have one server or data manager, one database administrator, one database programmer, and one server technician. While the third team is network or hardware development teams. We have one network or hardware manager, one network administrator, one network designer, and one hardware technician. The second last team is domain team. We have one domain manager, one requirement analysis, and one license officer. The last team is software testing team. We have one software testing manager, one quality control officer, one quality assurance officer, and one test engineer.
Today I'm going to explain about the project scope of blind guide system. Project scope is normally towards the boundary or the range of a project, so how big the project will be. So in project scope we have two sections. The first one will be the project logical scope, and the next one will be the project deliverable scope. Okay, project logical scope is more towards the modules that are inside a project. So in blind guide system we have 7 modules. We have 4 must-have modules and we have 3 nice-to-have modules. The must-have modules are the path finding and GPS tracking. We have voice command analyzer, we have blind path detector and obstacle detector. While nice-to-have module is the voice calling and messaging, we have live video broadcast, and we have third-party application support. So these are the 7 modules that are listed inside the blind guide system. Then we go to the next project deliverable scope. So project deliverable scope is where the requirements that are needed to build this project. So we have 3 different requirements for this project, which is the project office requirement, we have telecommunication requirement, and we have software development requirement. So project office requirement is more towards the office location of this project. So we want the office to be located somewhere in Bukit Beruang that can be easily accessed through GPS navigation for the client to access it easily. And we also want the office to be located in the conducive environment with support of quality equipment. So then we move on to the second factor, which is the telecommunication requirement. So we want our project to be supplied with a good internet connection. That means our office should be with a good internet communication so that we can communicate with the client anytime and anyhow. So the third one will be the software development requirement, where we want the software to be conducted in a development lab, and our lab should be consist of applications such as the hardware, the softwares that are needed for this project, such as the Google Glass, the Windows 10, so that the development of the project will be happen in a good way.
Now I'm going to talk about the work plan of the project. As you can see, the work plan is divided into the phases of software development, namely planning, design, analysis, and implementation. So a detailed project plan was created to ensure that the project proceeds smoothly and that a risk can be identified early, so that contingency plan can be created to reduce the likelihood of the risk happening or mitigate the impact of them. Next, a requirement was elicited from the user and the client to ensure that the system that is created fulfills the user requirement, as well as the design. For the design phase, a lot of time was allocated towards the design phase because we wanted to ensure that the system is of high quality and that it is easy for the user to use the system. After that, the system development was conducted and due to a lot of time was allocated towards the design and the planning phase, the time taken towards the development phase could be reduced because changes towards the system, changes to the requirement or the design was reduced or minimized. After that, after we ensure that after the system was developed, the system was tested to ensure that the system is ready for deployment and free from any faults or error, because this is important because since the user are the blind, so it is important to ensure that the system is free from faults, because if the system has any problem, the safety of the user can be jeopardized and can lead to fatal accidents and things. So after that, after ensuring that the system can be deployed and is fully tested and free from errors, the system can be deployed and maintenance of the system is conducted to ensure that the system is continue to be reliable and up to date. And then after that, after we ensure that everything is settled, then the project can be closed. Thank you.
Now, I will continue with high-level project costing. The overall cost for this project is 3,876,420 ringgit. Human resources have the highest cost, which is about 3,129,000 ringgit, while software costs have the lowest cost, which is about 61,220 ringgit. Total cost for the hardware cost is about 122,200 ringgit, while other expenditure is about 564,000 ringgit.
The next chapter that we are going to discuss is about the project risk. So project risk is more towards the how the project will affect, the element that will affect in the future of the project. So what kind of risk may happen or will happen during the period of the project. So high risks for this project, we have many, but we selected just a four of it, which is the first one will be the cost forecasts are inaccurate, where the budget that we select may be inaccurate, where the budget may be exceeding in the future. So the next one will be the team members with the negative attitude towards the project, where they neglect their work or push their work to other people or push their other things. That means they don't do their work correctly. So the third risk is where the component and the product are not maintainable. This is because mainly due to all the products or the component that we use in this blind guide system is a third party components, such as the Google Glass and everything. So when you want to maintain the Google Glass, it's quite not very simple. So this risk may happen. The last risk is where the failure to integrate the component. This is due to we can take the example of the Google Glass, where Google Glass is an hard drive or an element that hard to integrate with other components. So this failure may happen, or it's most likely to happen. Then we move on to the low risk elements, which is this risk may happen, but the risk is not very high. So this is because the first element is where the stakeholder conflict over the proposed changes, and the next one will be the failure to follow the methodology. So this risk may happen, but even if it happen, the likelihood or the impact towards the project will be very less. So thank you.
Talk about the project deliverable scope. So each activity in this section is reflected in the activities in the work plan, and each of these activities have their own deliverables and that have to be created or sent at the end of the activities to show to the client the progress of the project thus far. Thank you. Schedule, we have decided to collect the payment incrementally each time specific deliverables that have been mentioned just now in the project deliverable scope, and each time those specific deliverables have been collected, have been submitted to the client, a percentage of the payment is collected based on, as you can see from the slide, and after the 1 month after the closure period, which is after the system has been deployed and the client is happy with the system, we will collect the remaining 30% of the payment. Thank you.
So, as the conclusion, this project will be a huge success if we go accordingly to the plan. So, what I want to highlight in this conclusion is that there are seven modules in this project, which are divided into important and nice to have. So we have important modules which are path finding and GPS tracking that will allow user to navigate to any selected places using GPS technology. And second, voice command analyzer to identify what the user wants. And next is the blind path detector to allow the device to detect paths that are designed like the truncated domes and obstacle detector that will enable the device to warn the user of any obstacle that is in front of the user. So other modules are nice to have, which is like calling and messaging, just like the our smartphone do. Alright, and next is about live video broadcast, so that the user can send live video feed using the installed camera. And lastly, the third-party application support, where device will be able to support other blind-friendly application. So the cost for this project will be about almost nearly to 4 million, which is including the human resource, software and hardware and other expenditures. Human resource consume the most of our project overall cost, which is 3 million, and software costs us the least with 62,000. And finally, we have identified some risks that could be very dangerous to our project, which are the members, the project members, which are that have negative attitude towards the project, and also higher expectation of the user, and lack of budget, late payment schedule, and also integration failure. Okay, so I think that's all for today. Thank you for watching.